Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Red Color, and we are back with Tarot Tuesdays. I'm actually making this on a Tuesday, which is very rare. Um, so we're continuing. This card this week is da-da-da, the Three of Wands. Okay, the Three of Wands. Okay, so first of all, it's a three. Three is about creativity. Three is about bringing together A and B and making C, bringing together opposites sometimes and making them into a communicative whole way. So threes always have this energy of abundance, of creativity, of flow, all of threes, including the Empress. Okay. And it's wands, and wands are about fertility, about creativity, about fire, about what makes your heart sing. What do you really want to do? I really want to sing. Well, then you should sing. Okay. Now, okay. So here he is. Now, it's a little bit hard to see, but this is really the ocean or a bay or something, a river. And there are three boats. Because when you look at it, this particular deck isn't really colored traditionally. So, I mean, that should be blue. So here he is. He's at the shore. I always get like he's a merchant. It's all iconography. And so he's at the shore and he's waiting for his ships to come in. He's waiting for good news. He's waiting for his goods to come in. He sent out, say, wool, right? And he's expecting grain back or vice versa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The other thing, because he's at the shore, so there's this energy of anticipation, but it's a very hopeful, realistic anticipation, right? Where there are other cards that are about anticipation and they're not that. This one is more realistic, or it seems to me. So not only is he, waiting for his stuff to come in, but maybe at the same time, he's also letting go. So the example I always give is, you have a department store and you bought like thousands of orange turtlenecks. And orange is not the color this season, and no one's wearing turtlenecks. It's like, okay, well, I paid $1 for each. It was $1,000. I sold 4. And now I got to get rid of them because I know that orange is a really big color and this other place, and turtlenecks are always popular there. So I'm putting them on the boat and I'm sending them off. So there's this energy of like letting go and of receiving at the same time. Okay. So I don't want to forget anything. So I wrote some things down. Now, some of you know my vision is not very good. So my penmanship is worse. So, okay. And then I'll give you my own personal interpretation of the card. Okay. So it's about possibilities. It's about discovery. It's about freedom, exploration. He's at the right. He's exploring new places to sell his goods, right? He's exploring new opportunities, it's uncharted, it's imaginative, he uses his imagination. There are no rules. He uses his intuition. He has a vision. He has a vision. And the card before this, he's contemplating whether he's going to take advantage of this new idea. But now it's like, yeah, I have a vision. I have an idea. I have a goal. I have a place to go. So I have a vision of it. Information, receiving information, clear sight. That's really important in this card. Something I can't read, curious, and a sense of wonder. There was another word I couldn't read. Limitless. Did I say that? Okay. It's a very good, hopeful card. It has a yellow background. So for me, every time I see yellow background, it's full of light. It's full of hope. Yellow is about enthusiasm. Yellow is about joy. Yellow is about letting go of fear. It's the bright yellow, clear day, clear sky, clear vision. Okay. I always interpret this as the international card. This is the international card. He's looking toward another land, you know. So make believe these are two different countries, right? And then the river or the bay or whatever it is separates them. It's like that's where it is. That's where it is. So sometimes the way I read this as international, it's also the way I read it sometimes is, you know, I have a neighbor who is from a different culture and they see things in a different way, or they have ideas that are ideas that I never would have thought of because they grew up in a certain way, or because they see things in a certain way, or they know how things are done in their country and it's not done here. There's a little bit of that. So sometimes it's this energy of allowing in this new information, you know, that like kind of came out of nowhere in a way, or came out of a place that you're not, that's new, that's new, that's I don't want to say uncomfortable, but it's refreshing, let's say. All right. Um, the other thing is he's really high. It seems like, you know, he's on a cliff in a way, right? And so he has this enormous vista. Okay, so he can see, he has a 360 view. He just needs to turn around. So he can see the whole picture, right? And he sees it as full of hope. He sees it as creative. He sees it as, you know, maybe taking an opportunity somewhere else. So a couple of years ago, I have a friend who is well, he's my best and my closest friend in Mexico. We've been practicing English and Spanish together for years, like for 6 years or something. We met at a meetup, and you know, we started doing you know, like this stuff. And he was looking for a job a couple of years ago, and every time I would read, this came up, and I was like, it's international. It's international. Whatever this company is, they're definitely dealing with somebody other than, you know, just Mexico. You know, it could be Mexico and the U.S., Mexico and Europe, blah 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 blah. And in fact, he got the job, and it is a company that builds factories here in Mexico, but for sometimes, you know, for Mexican companies, but also for foreign companies. So in fact, it just kept on coming up, and I was like, it's international, because there were other jobs, and it was like, do they have any international? And he goes, no, I go, that ain't the one. That ain't the one. Um, there's a real sense of hope in this one. There's a real sense of I have a clear vision, and you know, it could even be, you know, I mean, if I dumb it down in a way, I know my business will do better across the street. So there's almost an energy of like relocation in it, because you know, we have the water here, you know, and anytime there's water like this, especially, it would be, you know, could mean taking a trip, could mean I'm going on a trip, I'm going to a different place, I'm going to see things in a new way. And you know, you could sit in your house and see things in a different way. Like let's say you went on vacation in Europe and you saw that somebody was selling this and that on the street that they don't sell in the United States, and it's like, that's a great idea. Nobody does it here. That's a great idea, right? To sell that on the street, you know, or something. So there's this energy of like a newness coming in, a creative energy coming in, a passion coming in, a fertile idea, you know, and you know, and you could see that like the whole thing in front of you, and you have a vision, and you also, you know it's time to move forward. He's not moving, but he's just about to. He's just about to. That's my energy in this card. That's what I feel. It's like, yeah, yeah, it's there. It's there, and that's where I'm going. Right? It's there, and that's where I'm going. So that's my take on the Three of Wands. It's a really good card. When it comes up, whenever I have a yellow background, really bright yellow in any card, this is my thing. I feel it's full of hope. It's full of optimism. It's full of clarity. It's full of joy. Um, it's expansive. And there's an energy in yellow that also, because it's really the energy of light in a way, that just illuminates everything, like the whole thing. Because, you know, blue is more like emotion, or so it can kind of bog you down as water, right? And red is like there's so much passion that it's almost like it could cloud you. But here, so I mean, if this were correct, you would have all three, right? Yellow, red, and then this would be blue. Interesting, right? Because they're different energies. The other thing is because he's wearing a red cloak, and he comes up in a few. There are a few of them where he's wearing a red cloak. It's like I'm wearing my passion. I'm wearing my heart's desire. My heart's desire is to do something overseas. My heart's desire is not where I am now. It's in another place, and I'm heading that way. That's the energy that I feel and I get from this card. And there's this energy of discovery. There's this energy of no rules. And that's interesting too, because I read that in some book and it resonated with me, so I wrote it down. So, I live in Mexico. There's tremendous freedom in living in a foreign country because I don't have to fit into the American, box, nor do I have to fit into the Mexican box. I don't really have to fit into either one. I can kind of go between. Like, well, that suits me. This doesn't suit me. That suits me. That doesn't suit me. I don't have to fit into this or that. And this guy doesn't fit in. He doesn't have to fit in. He fits in with himself. He fits in with his vision. He's not confined. There's no sense of confinement. It's a three. Threes can go anywhere. So that's what I get from this card. So thanks for joining me for Tarot Tuesdays. I would really appreciate if you could help me with my cataract operation. All the information is below. My next thing today, I'm making this on June 25th. And I have to do an EKG on the 11th. So it's a long, slow process. Then I have to do something else on the 15th. I don't even know what it is. And then I can finally schedule, the first of the operations. All right. So that's where I'm at. Anyway, and I will be doing the July readings, and I will be doing a full moon. And Nancy and I do every week, and we will be offering tarot classes again very soon. And if you'd like a reading or a healing, or to purchase a meditation, all the information is below, or you can go to my website, redcaller.com. Blessings. Thanks for joining me. See you soon. Bye.